everyone, and welcome back to the Education Exploration Hub, the place where we don't just teach you English, we help you live in it. I'm your host, Dylan.
And I'm Sophia. Before we dive in, Dylan, I have to ask you something.
Always hit me.
What is the very first thing you said this morning, the first word out of your mouth?
That's a deep question for 7 a.m. Honestly, it was probably a grunt aimed at my alarm clock, something like, 5 more minutes. Not very eloquent.
Hey, that's still English. It's the English of a tired person. But here's why I ask. The way we start our day often sets the tone for how we communicate. And today, we're going to explore that. We're going to talk about one of the most common conversation topics in the world, your daily routine.
And we know what you might be thinking. My routine, I wake up, I eat, I work, I sleep. It's boring. But here's the secret. A routine is only boring if you describe it like a robot.
Exactly. Today we're going to teach you how to describe your day like a storyteller. We'll cover the essential grammar, the natural vocabulary, and the little phrases that make your English sound smooth and native.
So if you're ready to stop sounding like a textbook and start sounding like a person, you're in the right place. As always, if you find value in what we do, hit that subscribe button and share this with someone who is on their English journey. Let's get started.
Okay, Dylan, let's start at the beginning, the morning. I'm going to describe my morning, and I want you to listen not just for the actions, but for the texture of the words.
I love that texture. Go for it.
I am definitely not a morning person. I usually hit the snooze button at least twice. But once I finally drag myself out of bed, I head straight to the kitchen. I desperately need my coffee. I brew it slowly, watching it drip, and I take my first sip while standing by the window. It's my moment of peace before the chaos begins.
Okay, Sophia, that was beautiful. You didn't just say, I drink coffee. You painted a picture. Let's pull out some of that texture. You said, I desperately need my coffee. Why desperately?
Because I need coffee is a fact. I desperately need coffee is a feeling. It's an adverb, and it adds emotion. It tells the listener, don't talk to me until I've had this.
Right. So for our learners, think about how you do things. Do you eat your breakfast quickly because you're late? Do you get dressed carefully because you have a big meeting? Adverbs are like the spices of a sentence.
Exactly. Now let's hear your morning, Dylan. Give us your routine.
My morning is the opposite. I'm an early bird. I wake up naturally around 6 a.m., no alarm needed. It drives my friends crazy. The first thing I do is drink a glass of water, lemon in it if I'm feeling fancy. Then I go for a light jog, nothing intense, just 20 minutes to clear my head.
You jog at 6 a.m.? You are a different species.
Maybe, but here's a key phrase I used. If I'm feeling fancy. This is a great conditional phrase. It means sometimes when I want to be a little extra. It's casual, it's friendly, and it's perfect for conversation.
That's a great tip. So let's recap the morning. We have vocabulary for waking up, hit snooze, drag myself out of bed. We have adverbs, desperately, slowly, quickly, and we have casual phrases, if I'm feeling fancy.
And the grammar? We're using the simple present for habits. I wake up, I go, I drink. But by adding these extra words, we turn a list into a story.
Practice time. Think about your morning. Can you add one adverb? Do you check your phone immediately? Do you stretch lazily? Put it in the comments.
All right, the morning is over. Now we're in the thick of it. It's midday. For me, this is the work zone. Sophia, tell us about your typical workday routine.
Well, I work from home, which is a blessing and a curse. Right now, I'm wrapping up a lot of projects. Today, for example, I'm editing a video in the morning, and later I'm meeting with a collaborator online.
Hold on. Let's stop there. You used a different tense. You said, I am editing, I am meeting. That's not the simple present we used for the morning.
Sharp ear, Dylan. That's the present continuous tense. We use it for actions happening right now or around now. It's for temporary situations or planned future actions. The structure is subject plus am, is, or are plus verb ing.
So for the morning routine, it's general. I drink coffee every day. That's a habit. But for the specific plan today, it's today I am drinking coffee while working.
Perfect. And notice the phrasal verb I used? Wrapping up. I didn't say finishing. I said wrapping up. Phrasal verbs are so common in spoken English. They sound natural. I'm wrapping up my work. I need to catch up on emails. I'm heading out for lunch.
Phrasal verbs can be tricky because you can't always guess the meaning. Wrap up doesn't mean literally put paper on your computer. It means to finish. But learning them is what takes your English from classroom to street.
Exactly. Now, Dylan, what about you? What does your midday look like?
My day is a bit different. I work at a school, so my routine is very structured. I usually grab a quick sandwich between classes. I eat at my desk while I grade papers or prep for the next lesson.
Grab is another great verb. It's more casual than purchase or get. I'll grab a coffee. I'll grab a bite. It implies speed and ease.
And the lesson here is about variety. You don't have to use the same 5 verbs all the time. Instead of I eat, you can say I grab a bite. Instead of I go to work, you can say I head to work. Small changes make a big difference.
So, midday segment takeaways. Use the present continuous for current or planned actions, and swap your basic verbs for phrasal verbs and casual alternatives to sound more natural.
And the workday is done, the sun is going down. This is my favorite part of the day. Dylan, take us through your evening. My evenings are pretty low-key. After I get home, the first thing I do is change into comfortable clothes. It's like a signal to my brain that work is over. Then I usually start cooking dinner. I find it relaxing. While the food is cooking, I might listen to a podcast or call my mom.
I love that. And I want to highlight the words you use to connect your story. You said after, then, while. These are time connectors. They are the glue that hold a story together.
That's such an important point. Without connectors, your speech sounds like a list. I get home, I change clothes, I cook dinner. It's choppy. With connectors, it flows. After I get home, I change clothes, and then I cook dinner while listening to a podcast.
It creates rhythm. Let's learn a few more. You can start a sentence with once I finish work, or as soon as I get home, or whenever I have free time.
Whenever is great for talking about habits. Whenever I'm stressed, I go for a walk.
Perfect. Now let me share my evening routine. I try to disconnect from screens an hour before bed. Instead of watching TV, I read a book. Although I love thrillers, I've been reading a lot of historical fiction lately. It helps me sleep better.
Instead of and although, more great connectors. Although is for contrast. Although I was tired, I stayed up to finish my book.
Exactly. And this brings us to the final piece of talking about your day, the reflection. The best storytellers don't just list events, they share how they felt.
Right. You can say, I had a busy day, so I'm happy to relax. Or, I tried a new recipe, but it didn't turn out well. Adding your opinion, good or bad, makes the conversation engaging.
So for homework, when you describe your evening tonight, try to use at least 2 connectors. After dinner, I watched a show, but I fell asleep on the sofa.
We've all been there.
Sophia, we've talked a lot about describing your day, but conversation is a 2-way street. You also have to ask other people about their day.
Great point. You don't want to be the person who only talks about themselves. So what are some natural ways to ask?
Well, you can be general. How was your day is classic. But to be more engaging, you can be specific. How did your reading go? Or did you end up doing anything fun last night?
I like how did your something go. It shows you remember what they had going on. It shows you listen.
Exactly. Another great one is, what did you get up to yesterday? Get up to is a casual phrasal verb meaning to do or to occupy yourself with.
What did you get up to? It sounds so natural. Let's practice. Sophia, how was your day?
Oh, it was good. Busy, but good. I got a lot done. How about you? What did you get up to?
I had a pretty standard day. I grabbed lunch with a coworker, which was nice. By the way, have you tried that new cafe on Main Street?
Another connector. By the way, that's how you pivot a conversation. It's smooth.
Now, let's talk about some common mistakes we hear when learners talk about their day. Sophia, hit me with the biggest one.
The biggest one is forgetting the S for he, she, or it in the simple present. A listener might say, my mother, she work very hard, but it should be, my mother, she works very hard.
That little S is so easy to forget when you're speaking fast. Another common mistake is using the present continuous for permanent routines. Saying, I am working in an office is fine if you mean right now or a temporary situation. But if it's your career, it's better to say, I work in an office.
Great distinction, permanent versus temporary. And finally, mispronouncing the past of regular verbs. For example, I walked to work. The ED can sound like a T or a D. It's not walked, it's walked.
These are small details, but they are the details that separate good English from great English. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, but be aware of them.
And that brings us to the end of our day here at the Education Exploration Hub. We've traveled from the morning coffee to the evening wind down.
We've covered the simple present for habits, the present continuous for right now, phrasal verbs for natural sound, and connectors for smooth storytelling.
But remember, listening to us talk is only 10% of the work. The other 90% is you, opening your mouth and trying.
Exactly. So here's your mission for today. We want you to leave a comment on this video, but don't just write one sentence. Tell us a mini story. Use an adverb. Use a connector. Tell us what is one unique thing you do every day.
Maybe you have a funny ritual. Maybe you talk to your plants. Maybe you dance while you cook. We want to hear it. Let's build a community of speakers, not just learners.
If this episode helped you, please hit that like button. It tells the algorithm to show this to more people who need it. And subscribe to the Education Exploration Hub so you never miss a lesson.
You can also share this episode with a friend who is working on their English. Practice together. Ask each other about your day using the phrases we learned.
Keep exploring, keep practicing, and keep speaking. From both of us at the Hub.
Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next episode.